Shalom, shalom, shalom. As always, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles, elders, bishops, men of great millstone. Peace and salutations to the house of David, the 144,000, and to the men, women, and children scattered throughout the four corners of the earth of the hopeful elect. To you I say shalom. As always, full circle. We begin in Proverbs 9 and verse 9, and it reads, "Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning." The fear of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. I'm going to do something real quick today, if I may.
Strong's H 6662. Sadiq. Sadiq.
Sadiq. And this is the reference for just, lawful, righteous, right, righteous as justified and vindicated by the Most High, right, correct, lawful. So, when you're looking to teach, you're just not out there willy nilly, trying to convert all of these wild and crazy YNs, that seem to walk this earth in mass number. All these people that have been given over to just basic, the basic lust of their own heart. When you share this, when you give these pearls out, you have to watch who these pearls are going to. So with that, we're going to go back up, and this is a fair use. I'm going to run a couple of videos. I hope the brother doesn't mind, but I'm going to just kind of share this portion of Elder Salakia, Elder Menata Zakba out of South Carolina. He did a video on this fella, and as always, you know what I mean. No fear, man. No fear of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and it's truly uncanny at the way they move. So without further ado, as you can see, we're displaying our fair use. And there's no monetary. I work hard for a living, so this is not to gain any kind of worldly monetary. This is more set up your treasures, in heaven where moth and rust doth not corrupt. So without further ado, I'm going to just play this first section, and then we're going to just, I don't even know if we'll play them, but we're going to just show a couple. So this here is the chiefiest, the red room.
Nation is going to implement the mark of the beast. Because if you say implement the mark of the beast, what nation is going to implement the mark of the beast? Because if you say it's all white people, you got to be specific. Because obviously, Russia is not doing what America is doing. China is not doing what America.
And it's so sad and pathetic, that these self grandized, you know, great men, self declared, that they just, it's almost as if they're paid to push this narrative, you know, keep the people blind. But again, hey, what do we know? What do we know? What do we know? What do we know? We know something. What do we know? Because it's true. We don't. Ain't no need to get mad at you. Ain't no need to foam at the mouth and rail and rant and rave and cuss and fuss. There's no need because there's something that we know. What is it? This is Job 12:16, and it reads, "With him is strength and wisdom," and that's Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. "The deceived and the deceiver are his." So when we have men get up and
Everything going on in the earth, with everything going on in the earth, who's going to implement the mark of the beast? What nation is going to implement the mark of the beast? Because if you say it's all white people, you got to be specific. Because obviously, Russia is not doing what America is doing. China is not doing what America is doing. Iran is definitely not doing what America is doing.
and that's all we're gonna play at him because it just shows that when you don't fear Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, it's not a good look. So let's just jump around a little bit. And like I said, we're probably not going. We might play a portion, but not all. We're just mostly going to get the titles out of these things. So this is the Wall Street Journal. While China's new digital currency raises privacy issues, and when you consider it, China is miles ahead of America on this digital age. And the elites in all of these countries have the same agenda, the one that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai placed upon them. You know, this is not a new thing. This is not a strange thing. This is their agenda. It says, and he called, this is Revelations 13:16, and it reads, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor. There's nothing in here that says white or black, brown or yellow. It says he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Doesn't say American. It doesn't say Chinese. It doesn't say Russian. It doesn't say any of the name. It says all. He causes all. And, hey, we're not exactly sure what rock you're under right now. That, and there's a cause, there's a purpose. Again, we know, there is a reason, but there's a purpose why you're on here making the declarations that you're making. It says white people, and if the white people, it's like, what are you trying to do, dude? What is your real purpose? Let's play a little bit of this. So essentially, we're just playing this because we want you to see that all nations are moving into a digital system. This is not just inclusive to the American currency. All of these nations, all of them, all of them. So here we show you China. This is China. Are the Chinese gonna do something? Let's keep going. We say Russian. Here you go. Russia begins pilot test of digital ruble with consumers. See,
After a lengthy
you
testing period
people
with
are caught
banks,
in the
the
look
new
away.
phase comes after
And
ruble
and as you
lingers at
claim
its
to be a
lowest
man
level
of
against the
God,
dollar since March 2022.
a chief
Weeks
priest,
after Moscow
a
launched
big
its
time
full-scale
teacher in the
offensive in Ukraine.
in the world
Now, while
of,
Russia has
of
been mulling the
Yasharala,
idea of a central bank
to
digital
be
currency for years,
this.
development took
And I'm
off
not even going to say
after Western
naive
sanctions
because what
from
you
Moscow
suffer from is
from
worse
parts of the
than
global banking system. The
naiveness,
scheme will
if that's a
eventually enable
word.
Russia to
You're
develop
suffering
cross-border
from
payments with other
deception.
countries that issue digital
You're
currencies.
being
The
malicious,
digital ruble is scheduled to be
purposely,
widely introduced in
muddying the
2025.
water.
Over
What
in
you're
Wall
doing.
Street, shares of big banks tumbled overnight after Fitch warned U.S. lenders, including J.P. Morgan Chase, could be downgraded. That's if the agency further cuts its assessment of the
See, and
operation.
all of these places are steadily doing what's necessary to bring their currencies, their current currencies, to an end. You know, images of digital currencies in Burkina Faso. So this is this is your South African, you know, sub-Saharan Africa countries, Brazil, and perceptiveness into the earth of digital currency. Digital currency mining. What are the types of digital currency? See, all of these things are coming. All of these things, and they're not just coming; they're literally here. They're here, and they're global. Since you can't seem to wrap your mind around it, figure out what that word means. Global. You know, it's you have an ulterior motive to do what you're doing. It's just that simple. You know, the scriptures is clear throughout the scriptures. Throughout the scriptures. And whatever your purpose is, it's going to be revealed. It's going to be made manifest. And when the time and when the Most High deems it time, there's going to be a judgment. You know, because what it seems to the rest of us is this: that you want an excuse to worship this beast. You want an excuse to get yourself to mark. Slovakia had to take care of some business real quick. But anyway, this is because whatever it is that you're trying to justify by your and I don't even really want to use cunning because you're not even cunning. You're simple. The Most High has you, man. Hey, as the brothers out there in Texas say, He got you in a nasty trick bag, man. You playing a deadly game. You playing a deadly game. Around talking about some. If the white man gets to, who in the hell? The scripture says all. It doesn't. It's not exclusive to a particular color line. You know, all is all. If you're moving around through this society, through this world, through this system, then you're going to be required to make a choice. Are you going to stand on the side of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai? Or are you going to follow the beast? It's just that simple, you know? And we're going to grab, because the choice for following the beast, this is Revelations 20:4, and it reads, "And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the words of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shai Hamashiach 1,000 years." And that's and I'm not even. Let's check some. I saw thrones. So we're going to just delve a little deeper because, as I stated in the intro, I do work, and I got to go to the plantation. And this was just an impromptu in regards to all to receive, But we're going to touch on this. So this is Mark G5480, Charagma,
Strong's G 5480, Charagma.
Charagma,
Charagma.
and this is a stamp or imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the, and again, the chief, because there are many antichrists. The mark branded on horses. This is what we want. Thing carved, sculptured, graven work, an idolatrous image. We're going to go up here.
Strong's G 5482. Charax. Charax.
Harax. A pale or stake, a palisade or rampart, pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. This is the method in which they are going to prick your skin. If you look at let's see if we can't get that real quick. Palisade. I think I spelled that wrong. Slovakia for a moment. Palisade. All right. Pali. Let's see. That's not what I want. Let's try this. Yeah, sometimes Esau does not make it. And I get it. I get it. Trying to always have it easy. Let's see. We can make it slightly easy. Because the Romans use these. Palisade, a fence of stakes, especially for defense. A long, strong stake pointed at the top and set close with another as a defense. Just perpetual commercials. Esau is just relentless with it. Either pay me or I'm going to bombard you with commercials. Let's see if we can't get an image. Oh, Slovakia. But anyway, okay, here we go. There we are. So what does that look like to you? Huh? What does that look like to you? Let's see here. There we go. Does it look like a rampart? Huh. Well, what do you know? What do you know? A rampart, palisade. So these things, they're not hidden. They're right out there in your face. And if the chiefiest, right hand or forehead, what is that? Implement it in. You know, Elon Musk is working on, and he's just one of many working on these brain chips. So you people keep playing, keep showing your lack of fear to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Keep acting like everything's everything. We're close. Time is ticking, and at some point, you're just gonna be out of time. You're gonna be out of time. That's all. You know, hey, we're not going to deal with ignorance and stupidity anymore, man. If that's the route you want to be, and be that with all of those whom the Most High has set you up to take with you down the path of destruction. As the brothers always say, 2/3 is greater than one. So, not going to just keep stretching this out. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, full circle. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory in closing to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, men of great millstone. Peace and salutations to the 144,000, the house of David, and to the men, women, and children scattered throughout the four corners of the earth of the hopeful elect. To you, I say shalom.